Hello, it's a new day and abundance is here, and you're welcome back to the childhood trauma and narcissistic abuse series. And today is day three. Today is day three, and we're talking about the types. I'm going to explain in details the different types of childhood trauma. So, the very first one I'm going to talk more about is abuse. Okay, recall that we're talking about abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. So I'm kicking off by telling you more about abuse. Now, there are different types of abuse, but for the purpose of this series, I'm just going to talk about three types of abuse. The first is physical abuse. Okay, the second is um emotional abuse, and the third is sexual abuse. So the first is physical abuse, the second is emotional abuse, and the third is sexual abuse. So physical abuse simply literally refers to the use of force or coercion to get children or anyone to do things against their will, a lot of times against their will, or it is also the exercise of control over another person through force or coercion. So maybe you're trying to get someone to do something and the person doesn't want to do it, then you hit the person, you slap the person. That is force, that is physical abuse, right? I recall as a young child that I lived with my mother and my stepfather, and I remember how my stepfather would hit me whenever he needed me to do something, or he wants me to listen to him and I'm not listening. So it was his way of asserting control and authority. Now, I also remember that in my past relationship with someone that I was committed to for like 10 years, I remember how this person would get physically aggressive. Now, we need to understand that physical abuse sometimes might not be directed towards a target. So when I say target, maybe you know, you're not expressing that force on that person. Maybe you're simply doing something in the presence of that person to show that person that to let the person know how dangerous you are or the damage you can do to them. For example, if you physically abuse somebody's pets, you're simply showing that person that you can do damage to the person or to the things that they love, right? Maybe you take your partner's phone and hit it on the ground. That's physical abuse. Even though you're not hitting your partner, that you're throwing that phone on the ground is physical abuse. You're simply showing that person how much damage you can do or how dangerous you are. Now, another kind of way, now, I also remember, now there's also a way to this. You might not even destroy the person's personal belongings. You might not even hit the person. Now, this one makes it even more complicated and it can confuse the targets. So, for example, if you as an abuser, or if an abuser, for instance, destroys their own personal belongings, you may feel pity for them and feel, oh, maybe they need help, or you are the one who is the reason why they are not happy, or they are harming themselves. Sometimes they harm themselves, and they might not harm themselves, they might even harm their own, they might even destroy their own belongings. When an abuser does any of this, there is no excuse for any form of physical abuse that is done to you, to the things that you love, to the people you love, or even the harm that they do to themselves. You are not the reason why an abuser behaves in a way that is not acceptable. And it just goes to show that sometimes these abusers are suffering from trauma that they are yet to process. Sometimes you might even be the one who is, a victim of these kind of experiences that may cause you to become even traumatized yourself. So I want you to understand that childhood trauma is real, and a lot of adults still have unprocessed childhood trauma. And one of such is physical abuse. And I hope you understand this. Let me know in the comment section if you understand what physical abuse is. And in the next episode, we'll talk about another type of abuse, and then we'll continue until the end of the series. Meanwhile, I really want your help, and I want you to donate. My book launch is, I am taking donations for my book, and my plan is to make this book available for free to as many victims of childhood trauma and or narcissistic abuse. And I need your help in making this dream a reality. Go to bisolamiriam.com/becomingbm to give your donations. I want your help. I need your help, and I trust that you would make this happen for me. Abundance is here. There is no lack. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.